Hi guys, welcome to Spirit Guided Oracle. Thank you for joining me. I'm here to do another general oracle reading. Thank you for joining my channel. And I'm going to be using the Messengers of the Heart deck. And I hope everybody's okay. I hope those of you that are joining me are doing okay. I hope y'all enjoyed the eclipse. So let's see what messages your ancestors, your spirit guides, and guardian angels would like you to know. And it says, the unknown. The unknown scares them. They see the abundance you bring into their life, but they fear being wrong. Sometimes my microphone doesn't sound as good as I want it to, so I hope it sounded okay. The unknown scares them. They see the abundance you bring into their life, but they fear being wrong. Okay, and then we have grieving. They're stuck in grief, unable to see that they still have the power to create a positive change. Oh, what a beautiful card. That is so nice. Hope there's not too much glare on that card. That's beautiful. It kind of looks like the eclipse, doesn't it? Kind of looks a little bit like the eclipse looked. Okay. Let's put it right next to this one. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna leave it right there. Those were such beautiful two cards that came out. Okay. And I'm going to be reading the Oracle card from the deck, the Quantum Oracle, and it is a victim mentality. See if I can focus it right. Victim mentality. Okay. Then I'm also going to be reading this other Oracle card here in just a little bit. So, okay. Taking your power back. Victim mentality, taking your power back. And it's in your consciousness. A man is hunched in a corner with a rope tied around one wrist. The other end of the rope is tied to a bedpost. Next to him is a picture of a waterfall with the water flowing out of the picture, splashing around him. Though the water represents his spirit trying to lift him up, the man feels hopeless, resigned to his situation, even though he has the freedom to untie the rope and leave. Even though he has the freedom to untie the rope and leave. You may have a victim consciousness about a situation you're in, or about your life in general. Although you are feeling powerless, unable to direct your destiny, you are like the man in the card. You have the power to untie yourself, stand up, take action, and move on. There's something so disabling in the victim mentality. It can create a paralysis of will and energy that keeps you absolutely stuck. Your attitude may come from the situation or from a power-hungry person trying to control your life. Your attitude may come from the situation or from a power-hungry person trying to control your life. Your mindset may also be sourced in a story from your past where your power was stripped away. Either way, you must untie yourself from this negative pattern. Open yourself to the strength of your spirit and reclaim your right to direct your own life. Even if you've had this powerless view for a long time, it's time to stand up for yourself now. When this card is reversed, the rope falls off the man's wrist, allowing him to just step away. This indicates your ability to get out of a situation that's been very disempowering to you, or at least take your power back within it. If you've remained passive in your own life, your soul longs for you to acknowledge your value and your inner strength. Know that you are ready to do so now. You have finally mustered up the courage and the will. All you have to do is stand up. This may be a little frightening to you at first, but don't give up. Let the clarity of your spirit carry you through. The affirmation to this card is, I always have the right to make my own choices. I have the strength and the courage to live in my power every day. That was beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Okay. So the next oracle card I'm going to read is going to be, you know what? Let me just do the tarot, and then to give you guys a break from just reading just like that, I will read out the tarot cards that I got in the pre-shuffle, and I have triumphant success, okay, then I have mental conflict, I believe that's the Two of Swords, and then we've got shadow, and authority. And I know this one's the Emperor. Not too familiar with which one is the 18. I should be by now, but where's mine? Okay, so let me read the Ace of Swords, which is the triumphant success. The first of the mental cards signifies that new beginnings and exciting challenges may be before you. By utilizing your strength, willpower, determination, and focus, there's the potential for you to reign triumphant in many areas of your life. In traditional tarot, this card represents the Ace of Swords, and since a sword is double-edged, it can cut through all the barriers that hold you back if it's done constructively and with precision. Remember that there's another side to the blade. If you're rash or use it in a destructive way, it could be harmful to yourself and to others. Always pause and think before you act. This card is a reminder to vanquish negative thoughts from your mind. Strengthen and tap into your mental powers and use clarity with control in order to initiate new ways of thinking. And mental conflict is right next to it. It says this card deals with the inability to move forward. As self-doubt emerges from indecisiveness or not being able to take action with a person, group, or even a situation in your present life. It may not be an easy decision, but you're already aware of this. Just remember that you have the strength, courage, and power to make all the necessary considerations. When you decide to act and finally make the choices that need to be made, then and only then will a resolution be forthcoming, and with it a sense of mental relief. There's assistance out there for you, so seek out and listen to wise counsel to help you make the right decisions. Listen to your intuition and have faith in yourself. Peace and harmony will soon be yours. That's beautiful. And look at this ace. It's like the person has been dug deep in the ground with even rocks on top of it as well, on top of them. And he's pulling out his hand as to not give up. And I know that's what it's trying to say. Even though you feel like you're buried, don't give up. Push through even the dirt and the rock on top of the dirt, and there's even grass growing all around there. Okay, let's look for number 18. Because that's what life feels like sometimes. It feels like it's just so hard to keep on going when people have thrown dirt on you and all sorts of stuff to try to keep you down. They go through the great lengths of manipulation and all sorts of different tactics that they use to try to hold people down and make you feel like, you can't get back up. So 18, shadow. This card represents emotions, sensitivity, and a reminder that nothing in life is at a standstill. This is a world of constant flux, and one thing is certain, everything changes. This card is calling you to action. The time is now. The time is now when you may have to face your worst fears and look into the dark shadows of your soul. You must learn to confront what you've avoided and walk courageously through it. Always know that life naturally revitalizes itself, and as it does, so do you. The shadow card promises that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Recognize that by no longer denying your past and letting the tears fall, you'll discover the diamonds in the treasure chest of your soul. This is a cleansing process to wash away and clear out what was once avoided, ignored, or pushed aside. This card indicates that this is a time when your psychic sensitivity may be quite intense. Learn to open up to it, or if need be, turn it down. Your body is one big psychic antenna, so just remember that you're in control of how high or low you want the reception to be. Mother Earth can assist you in this period of change, sensitivity, and healing. The traditional tarot archetype is the moon. And then number 4, that is, so this card right here, the shadow, was the moon card. And like I said, I should have known that by now, but okay, this card, authority. This card represents the masculine qualities of leadership, logic, strength, wisdom, and power. When this card emerges, it acts as a teaching tool, and in so doing, it is encouraging you to develop or reignite these qualities and tap into the masculine aspects of yourself. Other traits also included are good reasoning and problem-solving skills, being grounded, and learning to develop strong mental control over free-reigning emotions. Oftentimes, this card appears to symbolize a father figure or an individual of wise authority who may be present in your life. It could be someone of high influence in business or a prudent friend who uses logic and reason to create a positive outcome. Ask yourself whether it's time to take on and emulate similar qualities. Now is when you must act like a leader and exert your will by incorporating form and structure into ideas, plans, and foundations. It's time to stop talking and act in order to achieve what you must. Use the qualities and character of the authority card so that when you need to make a choice, you approach it from a place of wisdom, rationality, logic, and grace, rather than one of foolishness, belligerence, greed, or self-centeredness. The way in which you acquire, handle, and wield power and authority is now being tested. And the traditional tarot archetype is the Emperor. Okay, wow, that was beautiful. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So maybe this Ace of Swords is telling you that you need to communicate truthfully so that you can have triumphant success. And you have mental conflict about it, but the Moon is here to let you know that you're able to handle it. You're able to come out of it triumphantly as well. And then the Authority card is for letting you know also, just as the guidebook said, to have control, use your leadership skills as an entrepreneur if you have your own business, and do what you have to do so that you could get to where you need to get and get it done. So I'm now going to read the Unseelie Queen out of the Fairy Forest deck. Okay? And it says glamour, opulence, and hubris. Okay? Unseelie Queen. Awe. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. Awe. The words can cut so deep. Awe. The words can cut so deep. And those in power can be cruel. They have resources and display their status with pride. They seem to lack all compassion and to care only for how they appear and how much they can control others. They have resources and display their status with pride. Because of their glamour, their wealth, their pride, they seem to hold all the power in this situation. Therefore, at this time, your self-esteem may have been substantially damaged. There may be harsh words being spoken about or to you, and slowly, over time, the toxic moments have woven together and cast a cloak of bitterness over your once hopeful heart. You feel wounded, resentful, and helpless. You may fear that if you confront this, you will be harmed, hurt, disempowered, blamed, or weakened. But you must honor your own point of view. Value your side of the story and take necessary steps to protect yourself. You can prevail as long as you approach the situation with the belief that you utterly deserve respect and self-love. The Unseelie Queen is invested in how things look. She can manipulate public opinion and make others feel very insecure and unstable. Take this card to mean that you have a great challenge ahead of you to restore your own self-love, to become less vulnerable by those who seek to hurt and distort, to unapologetically present your case. You are a good person. You are strong too. Do not let yourself be harmed any longer. You may need to consider leaving an abusive relationship. You may need to consider leaving an abusive relationship. Be open to counseling from a trusted professional and work on rebuilding your own confidence to where it once was, shining and true. You can do this and return from the abyss where you dwell now. You can do this and return from the abyss where you dwell now. That's sometimes how people leave you, as if you're in an abyss where you can't get out of, with the hurtful stuff that they say and the ways that they manipulate people, things, circumstances to bring you down and to take away your shine and your beauty and your confidence. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me read from my spiral that I have. It's got a few scriptures of the Bible. So if some of you guys don't want to stay and listen to the rest of this reading, that'll be fine. I hope you have a beautiful night or day, whatever time it is where you're at. And thank you for joining me. God is opening doors for us daily. So just remember, every day is a new day to start over, and give it all you got. So I wish y'all happiness, health, and abundance. And let me read this for the ones that do want to listen. And it's Psalms 112:3. Says, prosperity and welfare are in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. Lord, I declare that because I fear you, prosperity and welfare will be in my house. And it is adapted from Psalms 112:3. The last part of Psalms 23 describes the condition in which the Lord wants us to be protected, guided, and comforted. He wants to set a table of blessings before us in the very face of our enemies. He wants to anoint us with the oil of joy instead of mourning. He wants our cup of blessings to overflow continually in thanksgiving and praise to Him for His goodness, mercy, and unfailing love toward us. And He wants us to live moment by moment in His presence. All these things are part of His good plan for each of us, regardless of how far we have fallen. He wants to raise us up and restore us to that right and perfect plan He has for our lives. Okay, so I won't take up much more of your time. Thank you so much for joining me. You know what? Maybe I'll get one of these archetypes. I love these cards. And see if maybe somebody you know might come out in one of these cards. The archetype might be one of these that pop out, and you will know or get to know what their characteristic is. And there is a website online that has the meanings of the archetype. I don't have my phone with me. I didn't bring it with me, so I don't have it here nearby, but I hope you guys find it. I can't remember at all what the name of the website is, but it'll describe it a lot better. I ought to go ahead and go get the phone and show y'all. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. It's symbolic sight. Okay? And it was really easy to understand it with that. So I've got Prince as I stopped shuffling it. Light attribute, romantic charm, and and potential for power. Shadow attribute using power for self-aggrandizement. Okay? I didn't shuffle it in, but I'll go ahead and read it. Okay? And then I'll put a few more. So maybe you know somebody who's like that, who likes to use his power for how do you say that? To make himself look, make himself look good. I apologize, I don't know how to say that name. Aggrandizement. Look at this one. And those that fell, okay? These that fell right here. We got pioneer, light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Beautiful. Shadow attribute, it says compulsive, need to keep moving on. Can't stay still. Likes to just roam. I don't know. I'm just saying that. Let's see what the book says. And then queen. Light attributes, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Beautiful. Shadow attributes, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. I think we all ladies have this, don't we? I know I do. Anyways. Perhaps I shouldn't have said that, huh? No, just kidding. It doesn't matter. Okay. So, and then we have rescuer, light attributes, provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Shadow attributes. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. But, okay. So, where's the book? Prince. And I thought I was going to finish early. No, I had more time, so I figured I'd make it longer. Okay, Prince. True Prince is a ruler in training who serves the people he will someday lead, whether in a literal, figurative, or spiritual kingdom. Characteristics of generosity. His characteristics are generosity, fairness, compassion, and wisdom should be well balanced. The shadow prince, the shadow side of this archetype, can manifest as a young man with great feelings of entitlement, who uses his position and power purely to advance his own interests without regard for the needs of others. Look for a history of preparing for leadership in one particular realm. So you guys may know somebody like that, or about to come into contact with someone like this. Or you might already be dealing with somebody like that, or have dealt with somebody in the past like that. Okay? I can't find the Q's. Would you believe it? Okay, Q. Queen. Empress. Oh, this is like the Empress. That's beautiful. Represents power and authority. So we have some Empresses. I know we have Empresses watching the video. All of you girls, all of you ladies that are watching are Empresses. I know you are. Represents power and authority in women who symbolically rule over anything from a corporation to the home, associated with positive arrogance and a need to protect one's personal and emotional power. Shadow Queen can slip into aggressive and destructive patterns of behavior, particularly one particularly when authority or control is challenged. So let me try to read that again. Shadow Queen can slip into aggressive and destructive patterns of behavior, particularly when authority or control is challenged. When somebody's trying to control you, you do not like it one bit. I don't either. I don't know why I keep adding my own 2 cents worth. Look for a pattern of authoritative control of others throughout your life. And then Pioneer. And it says, explorer, settler, pilgrim, innovator, discovers and explores new territory, whether external or internal, may initiate innovative fashions, art, music, or literature. Shadow Pioneer manifests as a compulsive need to abandon the present and move on, never settling anywhere. So this individual cannot stay in one place. Like I said, I think that's what I said earlier. They come and they hang out and they love you for a little while and then they have to go. They cannot stay. You can't rely on them. They're not going to be, there when you need them. And that's not good, ladies. Try not to get somebody like this. Ask if your life has been characterized by a need to consistently step on fresh and undiscovered territory in at least one realm. Ask if your life has been characterized by a need to consistently step on fresh and undiscovered territory in at least one realm. Okay, and then Rescuer. I should have left it where it was, right? It would have been a shorter reading. Okay, Rescuer. Provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation or reward. And then the shadow side of the rescuer assumes that the rescued party will reciprocate. Aims to keep the rescued one needy. Observe whether you have always sought to help those in peril, whether for altruistic or selfish motives. Okay. All right, now I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you so much. God is opening doors for you daily. I hope y'all enjoyed the reading. I hope it was helpful in some way. And I'll see y'all on my next reading. Take care. And I wish y'all the best. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you like, I'd really love for you and appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. If you like the reading. So thank you, and we'll see you on my next reading. Bye-bye.